Slob on my love, corn on the cob, check in with me and do your job. Lay on the bed and give me head. Don't have to ask, don't have to beg. Josie is my name, sex is my game. Let's call the boys, let's run a train. Squeeze on my nuts, lick on my butt. Not your girly hair, please don't touch. There's
Hey y'all, it's your girl Marisa Star One, and we are here. We are here with a revelation, honey. I have some breaking news. Breaking news. I have breaking news. What is the breaking news? The breaking news is news flash. Olivia K. Johnson is not black. Were y'all under the impression that Olivia K. was a Negro of the Negroid persuasion? Were y'all under the impression? Because I'm here to clear some things up. So, recently there was a debacle about an ethnic hairstyle. It appears that my culture was under attack. So I do feel attacked on behalf of myself and my people. And y'all already know how I'm coming. Black power. And I will say in advance, because I do have some biracial, black, white, biracial followers who are completely understanding of the whole, mixed race, biracial, white, racist parent, like all of these things. They are very well aware. They are self-aware. They are, aware of self. And then you have the ones who get their feathers ruffled, okay? Because, the people say biracial people are biracial. Not black, not white, you're biracial. Biracial is its own entity. Biracial black, white, biracial black, Asian, biracial white, Asian, like biracial is its own entity. We, as of late, the biracial people made their distinction and we lean with it, rock with it. Okay, cool. We cool with that. Oh, you not black? Okay, you biracial. Okay, understood. It will never happen again. Moving on, because like I be telling people, we have our own issues, child. We don't have time to sit around and worry about whose white mama slept with whose black daddy and made a whole different race of people. Like, nobody gives that much of a damn. Now, see, the issue comes in when we have people like this one here. Okay, Olivia on her evil stepmother, live. Yeah, attacking the culture. See, the black penis is good enough to suck and sit on and get pregnant by. But then when it comes to the black kids participating in black things, there's always seemingly an issue. Okay, so let's get into some of Olivia's latest remarks, and then we're going to take it back a little bit because, the internet never forgets, baby. We never forget.
I understand in our community, the black community.
Baby, no, you're not a part of our community, or this wouldn't even be a topic of conversation, and definitely not live worthy, honey. Definitely not an hour and some change worthy.
We like to do bows and barrettes and beads and all that extra shit. That's cute, baby. Do what you do to your baby's hair.
Extra. Our stuff always gotta be extra. Child, there's nothing extra about making sure your children look presentable. And then we have a thing in our culture where we want our little girls to feel pretty and look pretty. Okay? Colors and sparkles and beads and things. These are pretty things. We like our children to look pretty. And most of us like our children to be age appropriate. Okay? Do we have a problem?
That's cute. I always felt like I wouldn't do that with my baby's hair with the...
You would not do that with your kid's hair. Number one, you can't. Bitch, you can't do hair. You definitely can't do black hair. You shouldn't have had black kids. Okay, but we're gonna get there. Number two, honey, listen. You spend so much time flipping and tossing them limp noodles around and sauteing them in a pan. You don't have time to even do your kids' hair, honey. You don't even have time.
Beads and shit, because I'm an empath and I feel my baby's feelings. So yes, it may look cute, and yes, it may be on trend, and yes, people may think you're a better mother because you put beads or bows in their hair. But honestly, truly, When your baby is crying at nighttime because she can't sleep because her beads are uncomfortable on her head, that is more important to me than how she looks with beads stepping out the house.
So it was an attack on black culture. It was an attack on a hairstyle. This lady stayed on live for over an hour talking about beads in the head. And I understand the culture.
In her hair, okay? Now maybe people are gonna be like, Liv, you don't understand, it's the culture. No, I get it. But I care about their feelings, about how they feel, about if they can have a good night's sleep.
So this girl cared more about the fact that her child said she was uncomfortable with her beads in her head than the fact that she done broke up and lost her whole family. Her kids were taken from her possession due to her negligence and erratic behavior. She more worried about the beads in a child's hair than the actual life and well-being and emotional well-being and physical well-being of the child. Olivia sitting here telling y'all, oh, I understand the culture. Olivia, okay, at what point in time did you ever identify as a black child, honey? The people would like to know. Girl, at what point in time, sis? At what point in time could you possibly relate? At what point in time did your mother even take the time to understand your hair type and adorn your hair with anything? Never, not ever, Miss Ma'am. Never, not ever. It never happened, sis. I'm sorry for you. And I'm sorry that you feel attacked because your black children now have a black woman who understands black hair, and then she treats it accordingly to what our hair needs, because what your hair needs, what your mama hair need, and what our hair need, those are 3 different needs, honey. So at what point in time, your mama ain't take the time to put nail, bead, braid, bobo. Child, you was lucky if you even got a headband, girl. She ain't slick an edge. She ain't moisturized. Your mama ain't did nothing to your head. But you talking about you understand the culture and the this, that, and the third. No, ma'am, you possibly could not. You could never, sis. You could never, girl. But when it's time to be messy and talk trash and the this, that, and the third, it's, oh, the bees, the bees, the bees, the bees, the bees, the bees. Girl, your mama ain't take no time to do nothing to your head. So you speaking on something that's not even yours to speak on, sis. Where is the pigtails, child? Where is the braids? Where is the beads? Where is the anything? But you don't want that for your own kids. I told y'all. Olivia not just mad that that man moved on. Olivia also mad that her children are living in an authentic Negro existence in America. She don't understand it. She can't get with it, child. She don't get it. She don't get it. Because she knows that X's her out of the picture. Because Olivia Nicole K. Johnson is not black. She is not black. Don't mistake her for black. Don't think just because she around here slinging around the N-word and she like to suck a black penis every now and then, that makes her a black woman. She is not. Olivia has 3 unmistakably black children. She didn't see that coming. That's why she had to come through with baby AJ. She didn't see that coming. Now, after the first 2, she should have saw it coming. But I guess she didn't see that coming, honey. You have 3 unmistakably black children. Check the kinks. Check the curls. Check the baby hairs, honey. Check the kinks. Check the curls. Check the baby hairs. And most of all, check the melanin. Beautiful black children who just happen to have a white grandma. But we gonna get into that, honey. We gonna get into that. Because this is the whole thing. This is a thing of the world, I guess, because the past couple of decades or generations or something, maybe it's been more black and white people humping than usual. But for some odd reason, these new breed of half white folks raised by crazy white mamas, like, y'all is a whole different shebang. Olivia, you don't identify as black. You only identify as black when it is befitting unto you. And on behalf of the black community here on YouTube, especially in this sector, we reject your application and we send you back to the Caucasus Mountains where you belong. Your colorist statement, the fact that you can never get along with black women or black people in general, the fact that you elevate yourself above what you believe to be the black aesthetic, even though you have 3 black children, phenotypically black children, and 2 black daughters who don't have silky hair, who don't have hazel eyes, they don't have light skin, because we know how you feel about the light skin girl and how you always wanted a biracial man and somebody who can identify with what you go through. So you hooked up with Zolo because he was your preference, and then he left you with a baby to take care of by yourself while the dark-skinned black man was there sniffing the crack of your dirty ass and taking care of his kids. Now you're over there all bent out of shape and you don't know what to do. She just don't know what to do. Olivia, at what stage in your life were you ever presenting as a black person, ma'am? Ma'am, at what stage of development were you ever presenting as a black person? Because we done went from the let's pull up the baby pictures, honey. Can we do the baby pictures? Because it's the baby pictures that got me. Because I'm trying to figure out, girl, how old was your mama when she had you? Stella looked about 10 years younger than she do now 30 years ago. That's confusing to me. That's not computing in my head, but that's a conversation for another day. Because, girl, what? So where was the beads, girl? Where was the braids? Where was your mama trying to take the time to understand and know you and teach you about your history from your father's side, because your father was absent and that's the man that she chose? Where was all of these things that were necessary to help you understand who you are as a person, so that we as a community and society wouldn't have to deal with your shenanigans now? That's why I blame Stella. It is Stella's fault. Her and them boots and them wrinkles, girl. Stella is the reason that you aging like you aging and you have the habits that you have. Stella never checked you on your BS, because I don't even think Stella was there for half of it. Now, when we throw back to some of your older videos that you have since privated or deleted, I don't think Stella was there for half of it, girl. You are an imitation. You want to be able to do the things that your kids are able to do and the things that Antonisha is able to do and have done to your daughter's hair. Girl, you are very much Rachel Dolezal. Okay? You are giving very much Rachel. So, Big Rach, I'm going to need you to not sit there and demonize and weaponize your children's blackness because you are no longer with the dad. Them girls should have been having braids and beads and bobos and feeling pretty and having their hair grow down their back and keeping it moisturized and braided up. You never took the time to learn how to do your kids' hair. And you're mad. You mad at us because we're happy that your kids can finally exist in their true identity. You and your mama sat up there and tried to demonize your son, who is what? Is he 6? 5? He's a very much a young child. You sat right there and tried to demonize your own child for throwing up signs and tried to imply that the child was a damn gang member. Oh, because he black, he got to be a gang member. Oh, because he living with the black people now, suddenly he done came back gangbanging. This is not the first time I done had to read this girl about her ways. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'm going to make sure you know today, okay? So let's throw it on back. We're going to throw it on back, child. We're going to throw it on back because seemingly the people be forgetting. But I'm always here to refresh and remind, okay? And excuse the fact that I look cockeyed right there, okay? Bad freeze frame, but y'all know what it's giving. Don't do me.
Can't even wear them no more. She can't even shake her ass in these drawers no more on Instagram.
The drawers is tough.
For some odd reason, Olivia and her mother found the need to post a live for the world to see, basically spewing a bunch of bullshit towards black people and the issues that we have in society. Now, this is the same person who walks around saying N-word this and N-word that and sucked and sat on a black penis multiple times to produce 3 black children, not 1, not 2, but 3 black children here in this society that we live in America, that was built on white supremacy and still operates and functions on white supremacy. This person who has a white mother has decided that she's gonna get on her live where she has primarily a black women followers. Imagine that. It's a bunch of bullshit. So follow me now. We're gonna review some of the things that she said in this live, and shout out to Pineapples. I will post a link to this actual live that was captured and posted on YouTube so you all can see it for yourself. Okay?
What the fuck I'm voting for. Unless it comes out of my motherfucking mouth, don't tell me what the fuck I'm voting for. Okay?
Spicy.
That's on period. I just said I'm not voting for Biden. Biden can eat a dick.
Sweetheart, there are 2 candidates. You have Joe Biden, the Democrat. You have Donald Trump, the idiot in chief that we have there now, the Republican. Sure, there will be independent runners in the race. Will they win? Is it smart to pull our voting power into people who we know aren't going to win? So you say you're not voting for Biden. People were saying that you are a Trump supporter. So obviously this means that you are voting for Trump if you're not voting for Biden. Clearly, girl, clearly we're not all fucking stupid and you're smart and everybody else is retarded. No. Okay. So with that being said, I find it awfully hilarious that you would consider yourself in a position to be a Republican or support somebody like Trump. Meanwhile, you're part of the fucking welfare gang. Olivia, what are you talking about? What are you doing? Sis,
Poor as hell.
what are you doing?
So yes, y'all know Stella is very much the Trump supporter, and her daughter has since followed in her footsteps, even though, remember, she said she's the black woman. Woo! Black power, our community, we, us. Girl, bye.
What? You're poor in America. Make it make sense, baby.
Okay? I just said I'm not voting
For it a little bit, because it gets better.
problem. Yeah, with racism is a problem.
Somebody said racism is a problem, and this is what Olivia had to say in response, y'all.
Yeah, with people who think it's a problem.
Racism is a problem with people who think it's a problem.
Racism is a problem. You shouldn't put your attention on that
Then her white mother chimes in
because it's a waste of time.
and says, you shouldn't put your attention on that. It's a waste of time.
Girl, do y'all see what I'm talking about? Do y'all see why people know the Webb children were never safe over there? Especially in the absence of their black father. Even though he is the one, Gerard, the more I think about it, the more angry I get at you for putting your kids in this predicament, honey. Because what? What? So yeah, that is the mindset. That is the mindset of the lady who has weaponized her kids' black hair, who has weaponized the fact that her kids are having a good time dancing and living life, child. She said the kids was over there dancing like an animal. Them kids was over there getting sturdy. You're mad that you were never accepted or a part of our culture. And that is because, honey, you have never belonged and you will never belong. You were raised by a white, not a white, a white woman who didn't care to empower you and allow you to even identify with your other half, your other side, child. You want to know why she probably did that? She probably was like that because the man ain't want her ass the same way now you're weaponizing and demonizing black culture because the black man don't want your ass neither. Girl, you're repeating a pattern. I suggest you let it go. I suggest you let it go. I suggest you get in some counseling. Go ahead, get you some counseling and get right. Because not you being mad that your kids are dancing and enjoying life and diddy bopping and you got a little, you know what I'm saying, swag to they step, all of these things, and you're mad. Why be mad, girl? You should be happy that your kids can finally exist and be free. Because when they come around you, they get accused of being gang members and they can't have their hair done properly. They just gotta walk around looking like they look. Why are you mad? But let's get into some of the some of the psychology and some of the thought patterns of other children who are raised in these type of situations. Now this is a video and this is a compilation of a TikTok trend of when did you realize that your white parents should have never had children of color. Child, a compilation and a trend, honey. That means multiple people across the world have come together and all agreed that there are some white people who have children of color that never should have. And Stella in her boots is one of them. Let's get into it.
To my fellow mixed race peeps out there.
Girl.
When did you realize that your white parent should have never had children of color? I'll go first. My mother has 3 children of color. I'm the youngest. And the like turning point, like a lot of stuff that's happened when I was younger, I didn't realize it was problematic until I got older. But this one hit me straight in the face. My sister, her kids, and my mom and I, we were on our way to go see my grandmother. My mom's radio station went to commercial. I changed it to the hip hop station of our town. She then proceeds to slam her hand on the radio to try to change it and said, and I quote, "I'm not listening to that nigger shit."
Oh. Now y'all are under the impression that people, just because they sleep with a black person means they're not racist. But oh.
sat down and really had to be like, my mom should have never had a black child. And even then, like, when somebody asked me this question, there's so many moments
This girl is
where I,
in
like,
tears.
look back on my childhood and realize, damn, maybe, I wish shit had gone different. But the story that stuck out in my head, actually, I had recorded my mother telling this story just because she's told this story to multiple people. She brags about it, and it's insane. I specifically remember the time that I had recorded it. So I was with my white family for Christmas. Keep in mind, my uncle is a raging Trump supporter, but he's like one of those white dudes that was like a college dropout and then was a libertarian and now is like kind of an alt-right supporter or whatever. But arguing with him is impossible, and making his jaw drop at blatant racism is even harder, and my mother managed to do this. We're all sitting around the table. It's in between that like awkward lunch dinner time where like everybody's eating cookies and snacks. She starts talking about her black friends.
What she say, girl?
When did you realize that your white parent should have never...
Okay, so I'm adopted from Ethiopia. I
Beautiful,
grew up in
girl.
a big family. Seven
Beautiful.
of my siblings are also adopted from other countries.
Yes.
And we have 2 white moms. And so there was this one time I was in 11th grade and I was sitting on the couch. My mom...
So wait, you mean to tell me a Caucasian person from America will go out of their way to go adopt a child of color and still be racist? Oh, no. Couldn't be.
comes in and she goes, please don't be offended by what I'm about to ask you, but like, I really want to know. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it that you want to know? Then she proceeds to ask me, why is it that you feel so strongly for the Black Lives Matter movement when technically you aren't a part of the group? And I was confused. So I would go, what do you mean by that? And she says, well, you don't have ancestors that were slaves, and you're also adopted from another country, and you have a white parent. And then she goes on to say, and if reparations were even going to be a thing, you wouldn't be getting any. So why do you fight so hard? And honestly, after that, I'm not even gonna lie, like, my heart hurt a little bit because I just couldn't understand why my mom, regardless of her race, would not get that.
She don't want to get it, honey. That's why. That's it.
When did you realize that your white parent should have never had...
This is a great question that I feel like needs to be talked about more. I would say I first realized when my mom told me that her grandparents wrote her a letter when she started dating black men saying that she should not be in an interracial relationship and they were going to disown her and she shouldn't have mixed kids. And I distinctly remember her saying, you know, I think my grandparents were right. So obviously that shit hurt because I took that as, so you regret having us. And she didn't give any explanation. I just remember being and crying. Other times I realized was when I had to consistently stand up for myself as a child against racism from my own family, and she would tell me to keep the peace and stop starting arguments instead of telling them to not be racist.
So you mean to tell me you can be a blood relative of a Caucasian American and they will still be racist in the country that is America? You don't say. Because according to Olivia and Stella, if you ignore it, it does not exist. So are you saying that's not true, girl?
When did you realize that your white parent should have never had...
When did I realize that my white parents should have never adopted black children? I realized it when my mom didn't understand why I wanted to join a historically black sorority. I learned it when I thought about all the times I was told that my parents don't see color. I learned it when my parents' biological son / my brother told me that I only got my scholarship to college because I'm black. And I learned it when I remembered growing up that when I would get in trouble, my parents would tell me to shut my cotton picking mouth.
I would have been in cotton picking juvie, child, because I would have stayed with them hoes. But that's just me. That's just the delinquent in me, honey. The audacity. Wait, so you mean to tell me that there are white people who go out of their way to bring black people into an uncomfortable situation in America? You don't say, girl. You don't say.
So yeah, if you're gonna have children of color, you need to educate yourself a lot better because now I'm suffering from trauma and trying to heal.
I thank you for identifying with your trauma and doing the work to heal your trauma, because we have people running around on these YouTube streets who, instead of healing their own trauma, have made it their sole mission to traumatize their own children. Yeah, that one. At what point in time did you ever identify as a Negro, honey? Huh? Because no. Nope. We gonna overlook the fact that you done gained about 300 pounds. That's neither here nor there. That's a video for another day because you got something else going on. Some other traumas going on. But yeah, the identifying, yeah. At what point in time, sis? So when y'all hear me say Olivia is mad that her kids are able to exist in blackness, in black culture, I'm not trying to be funny. I am very much being serious. She is mad that they can be themselves because she doesn't have a clue who she is. And it's her mother's fault. Stella did that to you, girl. Not Gerard, not your kids, not us people on YouTube, not the one that you claim look like a man, or the one with the this, that, and the third, and the dark skin, and the Aunt Jemima, and the this, that, whatever you want to say about black women. It ain't none of that. It was yo old face, racist mama. Period. And probably her parents too. But she's the one that made the conscious decision to have kids by men of color.
And it's not fair whatsoever for any black child to have to go through these things.
Not fair. And we not having it. We not accepting it. Shout out to Antonisha.
When did you realize that your white parent should have never...
I don't know who's gonna see this because my videos keep getting deleted for hate speech when I'm just speaking truth. But let me give you a quick description about my background. So my mom is Russian. She's from Moscow. She was born and moved here pregnant with me when she was 23. My dad is Ethiopian. He still lives there. Long story short, they met in London, headed off, and conceived me, and my mom moved to California alone. My dad, never been a part of my life. But let me tell you about the time that I realized my mom should have never had me and that I don't fucking belong here. Around the time the quarantine started in March 2020, the whole police brutality thing was going on. So at the time, I was talking to this dark-skinned guy. One day I asked my mom if he could come over again because she's come over before. And my mom had the nerve to ask me this. She asked me if that's someone I would actually want to have kids with. First of all, who the fuck said anything about kids? I was 17. But I said, but you had me with my dad. And she said, that's because I knew you were going to be a mulatto baby. You would be turning our family into that because you're already mixed.
You realize that your white parent should have never had children of color.
First off, I love my family. I'm so grateful for being adopted and having a second chance at life. There is no doubt about that. But I think there are some things that they really should have reconsidered saying and doing for their children. So my adopted parents already had 2 biological children, and then they adopted 3 black kids from Africa. My sister and I, and then the 3rd one from Liberia. So you know how when people have babies to save a marriage? That's kind of how I felt when it came to us being adopted. It did not work. But like a lot of my past videos that people have seen, none of us know anything about our homeland. Our culture, no connections to family, meh. But my biggest problem was the fact that my dad always seemed to use us as trophies. Whenever we got introduced to somebody, there was always this weird long moment where he was just telling the entire story of how he went to go get us. High school came, all he did was boast about my black brother because he was in football. Never boasted about his biological children. When asked why he adopted kids, his answer was always, I just wanted to add him some color.
Oh, that's funny. Hilarious.
Did you realize that your white parent should have never had children of color?
Please forgive the look. I got excited about this one. So, in the 60s, after
Girl.
my dad got kicked out of the military.
Sis didn't hop the... Girl, she couldn't even wait. She couldn't even be bothered to brush her hair down, honey. She couldn't wait.
For being gay, his mother said to him, why don't you go to Vietnam where there's about to be a war and you can save someone from that war-torn hellhole that is Vietnam and bring her to America where she will put up with your lifestyle and have your children for you while you bang all the men you want under her nose because she doesn't have hopes or dreams or expectations or expect trust and honesty from her relationship. She's not even a real person. And I put up with all of that racism for my whole life until she died.
R.I.P. girl. R.I.P. Oh, you're my best friend. Okay. So yes, it is very much a thing. It is not exclusive to Olivia K. Johnson. And don't be gaslit into thinking that it's not an issue. It is an issue. Because if it wasn't an issue, why would it be an issue for your kids to be who they are, which they are black people? That was your choice. Now, be it that I think let me tell y'all how I think it all went down. See, this how I think it all went down, okay? I think, first of all, I don't know how Olivia and Gerard met. That has yet to be, if they did explain it on their channel when it was Living with the Webbs, it was way, 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 way back in the gap, way before my time watching. I think that these two crossed paths, whatever way they crossed paths, and Gerard, being the black man in America, dark-skinned black man, who probably got called an African booty scratcher when he was in elementary school, said, oh, I done bagged me a tragic mulatto, honey, and she is light-skinned, okay? Actually had a nice body. Now, since, what was his excuse after that? I don't know, okay. Actually had a nice body. It was given a decent aesthetic. It looked kind of confused because, girl, the Monroe piercing and the girl, the perm, curly perm, or whatever you had going on, it was given a lot. That was a lot. But it was, it was light skin and hazel eyes, It was giving that. Oh, I done finally bagged me a preference. Okay. Now, granted, she's uneducated. She's ignorant as hell. She's clearly traumatized. She's clearly damaged. She clearly don't want much out of life except to lay on her back and have kids. But she's light skinned. She got hazel eyes. So hell, I have to scoop up this opportunity. Now on the other side, Olivia has been consistent in saying that she never found Gerard attractive. She wasn't attracted to him physically. She was not attracted to him as far as his personality. She said he was weak. He was this, that, and the third. But being that Gerard was probably the only man who has ever placed Olivia on a pedestal because he's a dark-skinned black man in America, and he finally snagged him a half-white woman with curly hair and hazel eyes, he allowed her to run a complete and total muck while she sat at home and did absolutely nothing. He was working, taking care of her and taking care of the black children. And this is the life that he signed up for. This is the existence that he chose for his children. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? What is he going through now? Well, you could blame it on the hazel eyes and the light skin and the generational damage. And, it's a rabbit hole that runs deep. But I want to go back some more. Can we go back some more? Can we get into some of the history of the relationship between Gerard and Olivia? And how Gerard, Olivia kind of looked to Gerard as a father figure, believe it or not. Yeah, they were sexually active, and that's her kid's father, but she looked to Gerard as her own father figure. And that was pretty clear in the way she acted and regarded him, which is why you see her having so many temper tantrums with the fact that the man has moved on with life, because it's like her being abandoned by her black daddy all over again. However, Gerard is not your dad, honey. Gerard was your significant other, and you lost him. He gone. Now he's with a black woman, and you're mad. Okay?
I tell y'all the good, the bad, the ugly. I tell y'all everything. And if you with me, you with me. If you're not, you're not. Yes, this is a family channel. It is in the fullest, because this is me and my family's channel, but I started it for our family. So if you guys see a lot of me, it's because I'm the one who vlogs, I'm the one who does it or whatever, and I'm playing with my hair because I want to play with my hair. So I'm gonna tell you how I'm feeling. I'm not a whole person. You know, I'm a broken person.
Oh, now see, this is back in the day where Olivia was transparent, where Olivia talked about her childhood trauma and all of the things. Because now she would lead you to believe that everything's on the up and up. Her mom was a perfect mom. Her dad was what he was and blah, blah, blah. But she's A-okay. Everything is A-okay. But all of this stuff is manifesting in her behaviors today. But she would never get up here and say how damaged and broken she is today, because it doesn't feed into the narrative that Gerard did the breaking and the damaging. Girl, you came to the world like this, and the only person you have to blame is who? Oh, face Stella and them goddamn boots.
I'm broken in a lot of ways. I come from a very abusive background.
Oh.
So I've been very verbally abused growing up. You know, my whole growing up.
But who was it that who was verbally doing that to you, ma'am?
Not so much physically. I dealt with a lot of domestic violence when I got into relationships with different men, which that would be for a different day. I'll tell you guys about that in different videos. But I don't know. I just been feeling like sometimes I don't know what love is, because, and I mean like love from a man. You know, I know Gerard loves me, and I love Gerard so much. Like we have strong love for each other, but I get a lot of things confused because my father verbally abused me. You know, my father put me through a lot of stuff. You know, my father's very mentally ill, and I had to deal with that my whole life. You know, I had to be the parent. I had to be the adult in the situation with my dad. And you know, my mom worked, and my mom was a single mother, so my mom worked, and when my dad was around, he didn't contribute financially. He just contributed. Really, that's what I was telling my mom. I was telling my mom that she shouldn't even have had him in my life, because he did more damage than good. You know, he didn't really do any good. He just did damage, really.
So you agree that toxic parents, until they get their stuff together, probably shouldn't be around young, impressionable children. Is that what you're saying? Okay, girl.
So, growing up as a broken child, turning into a broken teen, and then a broken woman, it's hard to tell the difference between love and abuse sometimes. And sometimes I think abuse is love, and I think love is not love. It's crazy, but that's why I say, you know, I know Gerard loves me. Gerard is not an abuser. He lets me be me, and he is him, you know, and that's what I love. But I have to continue this journey on finding Olivia and be.
And ain't found herself yet. You hear me?
Be the best version of myself. I'm not perfect. I have shitty days. I have great days. I have two beautiful daughters that I know their father will teach them what love is. You know, I will teach them what love is. You know, I'll be there for them to talk to. You know, that's why I want a career where I can be with my kids and be there for my kids whenever they need to talk to me. And just because I'm broken, that doesn't mean that I can't help other women. You know, there's a lot of women out here that have gone through what I've gone through, and they don't have anybody to relate to. So that's why I put myself on social media.
So has she helped y'all at all? Anybody loyalty gang? Where y'all at? And sis was just outright child. Gerard allowed that tragic mulatto to step all up and down his back and all over his pride and ego.
Then I hope I can say the beach house, because what happens is, okay, so I'm doing it out of state. I fly there, then they pick me up. I go get my blood work then in the morning, and then.
Boy, I've seen something.
Now, Gerard supported her in whatever that little sis wanted to do. Anything that little sis wanted to do.
I'm not going to tell people where I'm getting done right now, but you'll know later. I'll probably talk about it later, like where I went.
This daggone child claimed she was supposed to be getting weight loss surgery. She done this several times, child. I'm gonna get the sleeve, this, that, and the third.
I'm gonna, what? And that, you guys, I have a lot of plans for this body, yada, yada, okay? I'm gonna make it into a body, yada, yada. Alright, you guys, we'll see you guys later. I love y'all so much. Remember to like,
Yeah, y'all, you're just so beautiful to me. You're always beautiful to me, which is what you should do. You should want to uplift your partner. But, honey, can you get a partner that was worth a damn instead of chasing an aesthetic? And like I done said before, now you over there shacked up with an authentic black woman, and she got to pick up the pieces and deal with your crazy, tragic mulatto baby mama with the hazel eyes who give y'all hell every single day.
and subscribe and
A fool.
when somebody else wants to make up some bullshit, who knows what the next story will be? Gerard raped them. Who knows what it will be? This is gonna be in the announcement video. No, but I'm just saying, you know, it's so ridiculous with the lies and everything. It's just like you never know what's next. So, with that being said, he took it upon himself to delete his Instagram. Whatever. I deleted his pictures off my Instagram because I don't know. I just wanted to for this moment. Why are you laughing?
And he just go along with whatever, child. Just whatever. Just madly in love with nothing. A toilet bowl with light eyes, like I said. Just nothing. Nothing to offer. Not even a good person. Not even a nice person. Not even kind-spirited, kind-hearted. Just a hot mess.
What? Like I myself what? What are you trying to say?
You sound a fool. Talking about you not going to acknowledge you're a man.
I sound so funny. Why do I sound so funny?
See, that would have been the point in time when you told that bitch to shut the hell up, telling all y'all business on the internet and stop trying to embarrass you in front of the public. Now, I'm not with the DV, but that be the time you should probably knock a bitch head into the drywall, because stop playing with me. She one of them ones. And then she'll get right for a little while, for a few months.
I deleted your pictures because I don't want them on Instagram. That's where everyone is getting all this bullshit from.
And what does she do now? She's the one dragging his name, his likeness, his image, his fatherhood, his manhood through the mud. Now she's the one doing it. Why? Because she no longer benefits from him.
Okay. That was hilarious.
Now he trash. Now he ugly. Now he got titties. Now his feet stink. Now he's a bum. Now he was soft. Now he couldn't be a man.
Is that it? I'm trying to say it in the nicest way I possibly can, you guys. Anyway, can I get a drum roll, please?
No, ma'am.
Is there anything to say for yourself?
Look at him. Gerard, you was a complete and total fool, sir. I don't mean no harm, because I messaged with you for standing up for your kids and doing what you needed to do. Okay, but she had you looking like a complete and total simp. And you supposed to be soft and loving towards your woman, but you allowing this girl to walk up and down your masculinity like this was a fool. Look at him.
It's ridiculous, huh? He now sees what I...
Do you have anything to say for yourself? Bitch, I'm a grown-ass woman. And slap the camera to the ground.
Being a YouTuber. He kind of feels the heat a little bit. So I'm happy. I'm happy he felt this. He needed a dose of this to see what I go through. You feel me? Okay. So.
All right, Rachel. Big Rach.
The announcement is. Drug looks scared. Are you scared?
He should have been. If he know like I know.
How do you feel? You look kind of sad. The announcement is that. Why did you use the mic?
Come on, child.
We moving? No, that's good.
He's moving. He's moving back to Texas. I packed his shit and it's on its way.
Oh, man.
I kicked him out like everybody said I would.
So on the 31st, December 31st.
December 31st, a day that lives in infamy. Gerard made the worst mistake of his damn adult life. Now, mind you, at this point, he done already met Antonisha. Then embarrassed and walked up and down her back to go and, well, what's the announcement, sir?
No?
No drama.
Want me to tell? December 31st. Nah, she's not pregnant. We don't know.
I haven't got my period, but I don't think I'm pregnant.
31st, we're gonna get married. December 31st.
The worst damn mistake of his adult life. Now, do I want to get into the whole pathology of him dragging this beautiful black queen through the mud to go chase behind his toilet bowl with hazel eyes of a baby mama / wife at this point? I don't know, child. But to sum this all up, Olivia is not black. Olivia's mother doesn't like black people. A lot of women who don't like black people are attracted to black people because we're fine as fuck. But as far as respecting them on a human level, no. They just, no. Now, yeah, I'm gonna leave that right where it's at. Olivia is not black. Please stop associating her with the black community. Olivia is very much a biracial white woman raised by a white woman who has no respect for people of color, not even her own grandkids. They get accused of being gangbangers and they can't be themselves. And now Olivia is further perpetuating the bull with the beads. I'd rather my kids be comfortable and blah blah blah. While she over there,
a lot of people know who's...
my bad. While she over there shooting things in her lips and saying she want to get cut on and popping weight loss medication and all types of stuff. It's all types of stuff that's going on, but she claims she's so natural and this is busting shots at my community. So on behalf of my community, honey, your application has been denied.